like, for example, having one store in Northland that can sell cigarettes. I mean, that store would have to be Fort Knox. It would end up being targets of ram raids and theft and crime. And the idea that just having one store in Northland won't lead to a black market in tobacco and cigarettes.
Where does that one store in Northland come from?
Well, the government published, basically the plan, as I understand it, I'm by no means an expert on it, but as I understand it, the government published a plan to significantly reduce down the number of retail outlets where you could buy cigarettes. And my understanding is that they basically proposed one store for the Northland region. So people would have to travel, vast distances to get access to cigarettes if they were a smoker.
Yeah, I went through the list that was produced by the Director General of Health in September of this year. So there are going to be 600 stores nationwide, right? I went through the list. The Director General had to consider population, smoking rates in different parts of New Zealand. By my count, Northland would have 35 tobacco outlets.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen that list, but my understanding is that, and Northland is one of those examples, but there are other parts of the country.
But you just said one, and you just said one. Hang on a second.
You just said one seller of tobacco.
No, but you just said one, and that's
yeah, that's right. There'd be one store in Northland. That's my understanding. Yes.
That's what the Prime Minister said the other day as well. But the Director General of Health has published a list with 35 for Northland, so hardly starved.
Well, I haven't seen that list, but there's no doubt that
so
if
why
you
do you keep on
significantly
saying
reduce down the number of outlets from 6. Yeah, that's right. That's my understanding is there'll be one store in Northland and significantly reduced number around the country, and in lots of other parts of the country, you would have just one or two potential stores. That's what happens when you have a licensing regime.
Chris, I've just told you there are 35 in Northland.
Reduce the numbers. Well, I don't know how much further we can take this. My understanding is there's just one available in Northland, but regardless, you're going to see significantly reduced numbers of tobacco outlets, and our view is that will lead to a black market and it will lead to ram raids and those stores becoming Fort Knox. It's the exact opposite of what we want.